Hello, and welcome to the Learning English Fast podcast. I'm your host, Eli. Thank you so much for watching or listening to me today. I'm wearing a hat because it is cold. So I know it doesn't match my clothes, but I don't care. It is chilly. So, as usual, the transcript and the vocabulary list is down in the description, as well as a special 30-minute free trial lesson for any of you who want to practice English with me and to make your English go to the next level. The link is down in the description. Please give me a chat. So, today's topic is about sweet things. Sweet things, specifically like candy, cake, cookies, and stuff. Because I am a sweet person, because I always eat sweet things. I love sweets. I love candy. I love cookies. I love chocolate. I love cakes. I love donuts. I love all the sweet stuff. If it is sweeter, it is better. If it's sweet, I love it. And so I always love to eat sweet things, but I need to have self control because usually if I eat too many sweet things, it's so easy for me to become fat, It's easy. So I gave myself a personal rule. The rule is that I can only eat sweet things on the weekend. Sunday and Monday, or my personal weekend, right? But from Tuesday until Saturday, no sweet things, just, healthy food. So my wife, she helps me so much by making sure I don't just eat any sweet things that I want. So she's very helpful. Thank you, honey. So, why do I love sweet things so much? Well, of course, when I was a boy, we would eat different sweet things in my life. And our church, the church I went to when I was a boy, we would sometimes have these big meals together. Sometimes people would come to my home. And when people come to someone else's home, they usually bring like some type of sweet dish, like a bag of cookies or some cake or something, Because if you go to someone's home, you can't just go there with nothing. You feel like you have to bring something. So I've always was surrounded by very sweet food. And even my brothers, they loved to bake sweet things. My older brother, Edward, he was a baker and he started his own baking business, actually. The baking business was called Eddie's Edibles. Eddie's Edibles. And for this business, he made cakes and cookies and pies, and then he would walk around the neighborhood knocking on doors and saying, "Oh, excuse me, would you like to purchase some cookies?" Or, "Oh, would you like to purchase some pies?" And he would always have a good deal. Like a bag of 12 cookies costs like $8, very cheap. And so his business was very successful. He would sell to the neighbors around our house. He would also sell to different people at our church. He was a very healthy and good entrepreneur. And for me, I never baked with them. I would never make them. I would be the taste tester. So I would make sure, oh, I gotta make sure the cookie's okay. So good. But I didn't really bake anything though. But now I actually kind of enjoy baking. Recently, I've been getting into the habit or the hobby of bread making. So in my home, we have a bread machine. And so I've been using that machine to make all different sorts of bread. I made oatmeal honey bread the other day. I also made cinnamon bread, cinnamon sugar bread. I made normal white bread. I've made brown bread. I love just using the machine and trying different combinations to make good and delicious bread. It's such a nice feeling when you're in your home after you make the bread and the smell is around the home. It feels very peaceful. It feels very, so nice. I recommend it. If you want, I recommend buying a bread machine. You can make so much bread very quickly. You just throw the ingredients into the machine and boom, bread comes out in maybe 2 or 4 hours. It depends what setting you use. Yeah, so I love bread. I love baking, and living in so many different kinds of countries, I was able to also eat so many different kinds of sweets as well. When I lived in India, I loved Indian sweets because they use so much sugar. It's not good for your teeth, but it's good for your heart. It's not good for your health, but it's good for your mind. Because when you eat something sweet, it makes you happy. It gives you some joy, and it gives me joy when I eat a sweet thing. One of my favorite desserts in India was, it's called like a golop or garapu. I forgot the name for it, but it's this round ball, and it's like made of like condensed sugar and like cake, and then it's dipped into this very sticky syrup, like sweet honey syrup, like glaze or frosting, and then you eat it. And I ate that so much. It was one of my personal favorite sweets in India, and I would go to the sweet shop almost every day because they're first, all right, the sweets are so cheap. Like so many things in India, it's actually, such a low price. So I would go to the sweet shop and I would buy these sweets for myself. I don't share. And I would always try new ones and new ones. But soon something sad happened. So one day I was very, very sick in India, a very bad sickness, like a bad cold, very sick in the stomach. And I still wanted to eat something sweet. It was so dumb of me. I should have rested, but no, I had no self control. I went and I bought my favorite sweets, the ball one, right? And I ate it. And after about 15 minutes, it all came back up. Everything came back up into the toilet, and I puked and threw up everything. And it was horrible. I never puked that much in my life. And after that experience, I couldn't eat that sweet again. I was so sad because it ruined the experience. It ruined the taste for me. So now, whenever I smell that sweet, I remember that time I was sick and I threw up so much. Yeah. And so that was my Indian sweet. Some of my other favorite sweets were when I lived in Taiwan. And in Taiwan, I would often go to the bread shop. And in the bread shop, they had so many different types of cakes. So many. They had strawberry cake, banana cake, apple cake, so many different kinds of cakes. And I would go there almost once, no, 3 times a week. And I would talk to the workers. And the workers were these three elderly women, and they knew me by name. After about a month, they knew who I was. And I would often go there and they would give me free bread and free cake. Or they would make a new type of cake or a new type of bread, and they would say, Eli, come, we want you to test this. What do you think? And I would taste it and give my opinion. And I was so happy because I made such good friendships and such good connections with the ladies there. And they gave me so much free food. So that's an important lesson. If you make friends, you can get free food. That's important. Don't forget. Of course, that wasn't my goal, but it really helped me to become more used to the Taiwan culture, and the people were so kind. So that those three ladies, they really became my close friends. And now I live in Japan, and some desserts I love here. My number one favorite is, do you know? Da-da-da-da, crepes. I love crepes. Crepes are my number one favorite sweet in Japan. A crepe is a type of pancake, very, very thin. And in the crepe, you can put so many different types of ingredients. You can use salty ingredients or sweet. I prefer sweet, of course. And you can add like cream, strawberries, bananas, whatever you want. And there are so many different kinds of crepe shops here in Japan. And when you look at the window, there are so many choices, so many. And each choice is so delicious. The best crepe shop I had is when I went to Kyoto, nearby my home. And in Kyoto, there's this one crepe shop, and the crepes there they're not too soft, they're not too hard. They are the perfect amount of firmness, and they're heavy. They really fill them all the way to the top. And so I love crepes. I love them so much. I want to maybe make my own personal crepes one day. Oh, but maybe, I don't know. Yeah, but what about for you guys? Those of you watching or those of you listening? What is your favorite kind of dessert? What is your favorite sweet? In your country, what kind of sweets are popular? Please, I want to know. Write them down in the comments below. All right, so that's really all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening to me or watching me. And remember, keep doing your best with English. You don't have to be perfect, just keep doing your best. All right? And I will see you later. Bye bye.